Every year for the last 2 years, I took some time to reflect on the year. I find this to be a super powerful exercise because it helps me to reflect on all of the things that happened. It helps me to look at all of the challenges that I encountered. It helps me to look at all of the learnings that I had, and also sometimes gives me new ideas on what I want to do in the next year. Even if you're watching this part now and you're thinking 2020 has just been an awful year and I didn't learn anything, I'm sure that it's not the case, because this is the power behind taking some time to really reflect, which I want to do in today's video. So in today's video, I want to share with you a couple of different ways on how I reflect on the year, and I also want to share a couple of different journaling prompts with you. So let's get started. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia Arndt, and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer. And I'm excited that you took some time today to reflect the year 2020 together with me. First of all, I want to give you 2 different ways on how you can reflect on the year, and I want to share a couple of insights with you of the things that I have heard from people that are participating in my programs. And at the end of this video, I also want to share a couple of different journaling prompts with you that you can write down and that you can journal about, and hopefully they will help you to gain some more insights into how 2020 went for you. The first technique that I want to share with you today is to use pictures to reflect your year. This might sound kind of interesting, but I think that nowadays we are all taking a lot of pictures with our phones on a day-to-day basis. We're taking pictures, we're taking screenshots, we are just capturing things that are important to us in that moment. So when you are going back into your pictures on your phone, it is actually really powerful to look at what kind of things happened over the year. So what I'm doing, for example, in the month of December is that every 2 days I am scrolling through the next month of the year in order to find the highlight of the month, which is a really cool exercise because first of all, you are capturing 1 month and you're looking at all of the different things that you did and that happened, and then you get to choose one of your highlights. And this has been a super powerful exercise, especially for this year, because in March we all went into sheltering in place and lockdown, and I think many of us thought that not a lot of things during this time happened, including myself. But when I started to look through the pictures, especially for March and April, so I already went through these 4 months, January, February, March, and April, I was actually super surprised because I knew back then I felt super overwhelmed and I didn't really know what to do and how to shift my business. But looking back at the pictures, I actually did a ton of different things. Like, for example, shifting all of my workshops to virtual and creating new content for people to understand how they can better work from home and be more productive. And obviously also navigate change. And I was also able to create my group coaching group. And I was also able to start my first research on the peak performance method. So many things happened in 1 month alone. And I would have never really realized that unless I would have gone back into my photos and checked what kind of things happened that year. Because sometimes I take screenshots of logos and things that I'm sending back and forth with my designer. So it is a cool exercise. So that is the first thing that I want you to do. I want you to go back into your photos and I want you to look through each month. Take a little bit of time, right? Take maybe 1 or 2 days for each month to do that. And then just write down what kind of insights are you finding? What kind of things are you seeing that might surprise you? Maybe you exercised a lot more this year, or you spent a lot more quality time with your family. Those are all things that you might be finding in your phone. So this is the first technique that you can do in order to reflect on your year. Super fun way. You can even do this with your family members or with your partner as well. And you can really kind of just indulge one last time into all of the things that happened and practice gratitude for all of the amazing things that happened in 2020 as well. The second way on how you can reflect on your year is obviously with journaling prompts. I personally find this to be super powerful. I love journaling. I actually filled 3 of these books here in the last 12 months, 11 months, because just a lot of things happened in 2020. So super interesting to just look as well at all of the things that I wrote down. But I don't usually read again what happened in the month, which is something that you can obviously do as well. With the photos that you've been scrolling through, you could also read through your journaling entries and see what kind of insights you can gather. But I really use the time to do some additional journaling prompts to really reflect on how far have I come this year? What was really challenging? What made me sad? What made me happy? What kind of things did Corona add in my life? And what kind of things did Corona take from my life, right? All of these different things. So I oftentimes just look for different journaling prompts or create different journaling prompts, obviously, for my group as well. I have a group coaching group called the Academy of Peak Performers, and I started to reflect with them on the year 2020, 2021 last week. And it's been such a cool exercise to do together with my group because so many cool insights are coming up. So people get a journaling prompt. They have to write down what they obviously learned in the past couple of months. And then sometimes some of the participants are sharing some of their insights as well. And the most powerful insights that they shared were oftentimes things that they weren't even aware of. Like, for example, we had a journaling prompt around who was the person that was most important to you in 2020 or who really supported you. And some of them said that they were amazed of how many people, how many names they wrote down, because we just created a lot more contact with a lot of people because we were forced to, because we were in a new situation and in a new environment, right? And that's definitely the same thing for me as well. So reflecting on your year through journaling is a super, super powerful way. And I do want to share a couple of different journaling prompts with you today. So get your pen and paper ready and let's write down a couple of different journaling prompts that you can answer in today's video. I will leave them down below in the show notes as well, so it makes it easier for you to just copy them over and start journaling. One little tip on journaling is that I really highly recommend to you to take a piece of paper and a pen or a beautiful journal in order to do this exercise and really take some time to think about what kind of insights can you gather from 2020. Oftentimes we think we can do this exercise in our head, or we think that we can just type it, but it is different. I really, really highly encourage you to write it down. It is a beautiful thing to do. And there are some really cool insights sometimes that come when we have our hand and our fingers on paper. What you can do as well is to do this exercise together with a friend or a family member, or of course your partner, and to do these different journaling prompts together and then compare notes and share with each other what kind of insights you gathered from that. That is really beautiful, and it can really, really foster connection between 2 or 3 or 4 people. So you can do this for sure. You can even do this over Zoom. So there are absolutely no limits to your imagination. So I hope that I gave you a couple of different inspirations today on how you can journal and reflect on the year 2020. And now here are the couple of journaling prompts that I wanted to share with you. The first question is, what did Corona take from you and what did Corona give you? The second question is, what or who supported you through this year the most? And the second part of the second question is, did you meet any people that have become particularly important for you this year and why? The third question is, what important decisions did you make in 2020 and how did these decisions influence you and your journey or change you and your journey? Question number 4, what did you take time for this year and what did you feel like you didn't take enough time for this year? And finally, what made you laugh this year and what made you sad this year? So those are some really cool journaling prompts. I hope you enjoy them. And if you have any insights or any learnings that you want to share with us based on the insights that you're gathering through this exercise, please make sure to share it with us and this community by commenting down below. If you have any questions, you can obviously comment down below as well. I would really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I really do hope that I, of course, see you in one of the next videos as well. Take care and see you soon.